Okay, here we go. Yeah. So the recording is set up. So all of this is recorded. Anybody who, if you want to study in the future, this stuff, you can find it on YouTube. Okay, English with Vicky. Or see the notes again or something like that. Okay, so we've been studying money vocabulary for B2 plus C1. So we did all of this. Oh my goodness. We did all of this and we were down as far as foot the bill when we left it the last day, right? So, and then Mr. Foster, hello Amel, hello Roxo. Mr. Foster sent us some new notes, which I thought were really, really good. And I decided that I would like to do them today because I think everything that he sent was really useful. So I would like to go through it. Right. So to foot the bill sounds like a funny one. Okay. So what does a foot have to do with a bill, right? So to foot the bill means to pay the cost of something. Often a large or unexpected expense, right? So when we say foot the bill, it's expensive, okay? Maybe it was dinner for 12 or 15 people in a restaurant. Okay, so, Jack foot the bill. It's like, wow. For example, the insurance company agreed to foot the bill for the repairs. So they're going to pay a lot of money to do the repairs. Who is going to foot the bill for the environmental damage? Okay. And then this one I like, taxpayers are ultimately expected to foot the bill. I think it's true everywhere. So where does it come from? The expression comes from accounting. In the past, accountants added the figures in a column and wrote the total at the foot. So the foot is like at the bottom of the page. You know your footnotes, if anybody has done papers for university or something, you have your footnotes at the bottom of the page. So the foot is the bottom of the page. Hey Cassia. Or bottom of the page. The person responsible for paying that final total was said to foot the bill. And we think that's where it comes from. Hey Brahim. So today, it simply means to pay the entire cost. Okay, so that's to foot the bill, right? So before we get on to the stuff that Mr. Foster sent us, a summary of everything we have seen in the last lives, right? So putting it all together, nice phrasal verb. So putting it all together, many money-related expressions reflect different perspectives rather than different actions. To pay the full amount, Brahim, exactly, to pay the full amount, to foot the bill, that's it. If you need temporary finance, you take out a loan or get a loan. Hello, Alina. If you need, so Alina, when I started, I was closer to 8:30 than 9, okay? If you need temporary finance, you take out a loan or get a loan. Okay, always when you see get, remember this is for informal stuff. A little bit more formal is like take out a loan. Hello, Hania. It's okay. So the bank lends you the money. You borrow it from the bank. Okay, so the bank lends money to you and you borrow money from the bank. Right? You pay it back or you repay it, hopefully. If you work, you earn a salary. So you don't win a salary, guys. Remember that one. You don't win a salary, you earn a salary. So you have to work and you earn a salary. Hello, Giulietta. If your business succeeds, you make a profit. Or perhaps, if you're very lucky or you work very hard, you make a fortune. If you're struggling financially, you may find it difficult to make ends meet. Guys, if you missed any of this, the videos, oh my God, I think I forgot one video, I think I haven't uploaded the last video. I've just realized. But all of the videos for all of the money vocabulary are on YouTube, okay? So you can go and check them enough to have plenty of disposable income. Guys, if you're advanced, you should know what this means. Cassia, you can win the lottery. Yeah, you can win the lottery. That would be great. I have a story about the lottery actually. I should tell you the story if we have time today. Remind me if we have time to tell you the story about the lottery. If you're fortunate enough to have plenty of money, of disposable income, you might have money to burn, remember? Or occasionally splash out on something special. Hello, Memo. Hey, you're in Morocco, right? I think. Cassia, yeah, money to dispose of. Not a body, money. On the other hand, buying things you don't need is simply throwing money down the drain. We saw this on Friday, wasn't it? So learning these collocations as complete expressions rather than translating individual words will make your English sound considerably more natural and much closer to that of an educated native speaker. Brahim, to pay money on some extra, not necessary stuff. Yeah, not necessary, or Brahim, you can say unnecessary. And Brahim, remember, stuff is uncountable. So we never add S to stuff. It's just stuff, no stuffs. Okay, good job, well done. Now, thank you so much to Mr. Foster, right? He gave us some extra notes. You're so welcome, Brahim. Thank you for participating. So, some more words here now for cheap or expensive. So, English has dozens of colourful expressions to describe prices, for sure. Because it's something in our daily life, right? Every day we speak about money, usually. Some are natural, while others are idiomatic and often appear in newspapers, films, and everyday conversation. So, first one, love this one, guys. If you don't know this and you're level B2 plus, it's a good one for you. I'm not going to say you should know this, you must know this, but it's a very good one. Now, what does rip mean if you don't know? Give me a piece of paper. So, look, if I do this, okay, I'm ripping the paper. This is rip. You can also do it with your clothes, you know, by accident. This is to rip something. And you hear this noise like, okay, this is rip. Cassia, R.I.P. Okay, yeah, that's funny. I never made that association. I think because with, we say rip, but rest in peace, we always say R.I.P. It's not a scam, Amal. Well, it could be a scam. Really, honestly, it could be. It could be a scam. Yeah, it could be actually. In some situations, for sure. You are correct. Maybe. But really, a scam is when somebody tricks you. Rip off, it is your decision to spend the money. You know, nobody tricks you into buying the thing. You decide. I have some good examples, right? If something is a rip-off, it is far too expensive for what it offers. If someone rips you off, they deliberately overcharge you or charge an unfair price. But you don't have to pay. If someone scams you, usually you don't realize it's a rip-off. If something is a rip-off, normally you know it's a rip-off when you pay the money. Brahim, the seller has ripped me off. Yeah, the seller ripped me off yesterday when I bought my shoes. Yeah, Brahim, you need to use the past simple because you said yesterday. If you mention yesterday, last year, last week, you can't use the present perfect. You have to use the past simple. So it's going to be the seller ripped me off yesterday when I bought my shoes. Very good. Good job. So, for example, tourists are often ripped off in areas with no fixed prices. Okay, so Amal, it is a scam kind of, but at the same time, Amal, the tourists usually know that they're being ripped off. You know, they know that these prices are ridiculous and that the stuff is probably not very good quality, but they're on holiday, so they still pay the money. That restaurant is a complete rip-off. So you know. So if you go there, it's your decision if you pay. But I'm not going to that restaurant. It's a total rip-off. This one, we were ripped off by the taxi driver. Now, this could happen. There are some countries, I'm not going to name which countries, but when you get in the taxi, you should always ask, how much is it to take me to this place? And they should give you a price, and you can check if it's fair. Don't drive in the taxi, and then when you arrive there, they tell you, okay, it's 6 times more expensive than it should be. Then it's too late, Amel, yes, but they don't know when. Yeah, no, it's true. You are right. I mean, a rip-off could definitely, you could be scammed. Okay, you could be ripped off totally. He ripped me off, yeah. Cheap or expensive, yeah. Brahim, so if I say has ripped me off, I don't mention the time. Exactly, Brahim, yes, that's correct. Cassia, you paid more than it's worth. Totally, Cassia, yeah, you do. Definitely. But like there are situations like in an airport, when I'm flying, I take snacks. I think I told you on Friday, but I often get hungry at the airport, more hungry than in any other place. And I know it's a rip-off to buy like some chocolate or something. I know it's a rip-off, but I buy it. Nobody's scamming me in that case. I realize I'm being ripped off, but you still pay, You pay way more than it's worth, exactly, Cassia, yeah. So, let me see. Oh yeah, where does it come from? So the verb rip off originally meant to tear. Okay, this is a thing. To tear something away by force, okay? Like, by the 20th century, American English began using it metaphorically to describe people who tear away your money unfairly, okay? Brahim, next time take some chips with you. Totally, Brahim, I know. But and I usually, yeah, it depends. I usually do, but I just get so hungry at the airport. I don't know why. Amel, but I agree that it's more risky when you're a tourist. Totally, Amel, it's definitely riskier. Yeah. Okay. Next one is highway robbery. Now, I don't use this one much myself personally, but I do hear it a lot in movies, series, especially American ones. So I wanted to tell you, I think it's useful to know, even if you don't use it yourself, I think you're going to hear it if you're watching TV or whatever. Hello, Diego. So I thought it was useful to mention it. Highway is like the big road where cars drive really fast. And obviously robbery is when somebody steals your money or steals something from you. So if something is highway robbery, it is ridiculously overpriced. I love this as well, guys. I would say that. Look, just alone, you could say, gosh, this is ridiculously overpriced. Airports are ridiculously overpriced. Love that. Hotels in August are ridiculously overpriced. Or you can just say this is overpriced, but I love the word ridiculous. Example. Charging 12 euros for a bottle of water is highway robbery. Hello, Alina. We can't see the top. No? Is that okay? I hope that's better. Thanks, Alina. Guys, always shout. If you can't see the screen, you can just say, yeah, okay, cool. If you can't see, just shout and I can move it. Those airport parking fees are absolute highway robbery. So yeah, fees, what you pay for parking. Totally, yeah. The airport fees are often highway robbery. Some people say as well, just coming to me now, I forgot this, daylight robbery. So usually robbery happens at night, but daylight robbery is something like super obvious. So someone needs to be really cheeky to do this, People, I would say more probably daylight robbery, just remember that. Move it more down, please. Hello, shakalaka. Shakalaka. Now, Brahim, food at the airport is highway robbery. Yes, it is. Cassia, especially when you don't have an alternative. Exactly, Cassia, that's the problem. It really is a monopoly there at the airport. You don't have an alternative, exactly. Hello, Samara. Will the live stream be available to watch from the beginning at the end? Yeah, Samara, it's on YouTube. All the live streams are on YouTube. You can search English with Vicky. Hey! Shakalaka. Okay, Guerrera, you are Hera. Awesome. Okay, where does it come from? A highwayman was a robber who attacked travelers on roads during the 17th and 18th century. Being charged an outrageously high price feels like being robbed. So people compare it to highway robbery. Yeah, being attacked in the past. Let me see. Al Chapman, do you teach English courses for the Cambridge Proficiency exam? Yes, I do. I had a few classes today for the Cambridge Proficiency exam, actually. We were doing reported speech with more focused on reporting verbs. Yes. Okay, next one. Love this one, guys. Just, you don't even have to say real bargain, but like bargain, love this word. Use it all the time. Oh, what a bargain. What a bargain. Love that. Great bargain. I found a great bargain. Do anybody know TK Maxx? I feel like people it's like a hate love. I love TK Maxx. I think you can find like un cholo, una ganga. Yeah, in Spanish, guys, it's ganga, cholo, G-A-C-H. I don't use cholo so much. Honestly, I never use it, but I've heard of it. When you wrote it there, I was like, okay. I suppose maybe it depends where in Spain. Daylight robbery, Cassia, yeah, brilliant. So a bargain is something that costs much less than its true value. So it's not just cheap. You're getting something that's very good value for very little money, okay? For example, the jacket was reduced from 250 euros to 90 euros. It was a real bargain, okay? Pronounce the double L, not a single choyo. It's un choyo. Cholo. No, it's a choyo. Okay. Thank you. It's un choyo. No? Yes? Okay, un choyo. Okay, that sounds a bit better. I think I've never heard that. A good deal. Yeah, it's a great deal. It's a fantastic deal, Brahim. Fantastic deal. Unbelievable deal. At that price, the laptop is an absolute bargain, right? Notice, a bargain is cheap because it's good value, not simply because the price is low. So if it's poor quality, you can say this is cheap. Maybe I don't want this is cheap. But if it's a bargain, it's good quality for a really good price, okay? Next one, dirt cheap. Love this one and use it all the time. I don't know where Mr. Foster got these, but they're all really good, eh? On sale. Yeah, often if something is like, if you get something on a bargain, Amel, exactly, it's often on sale. Often something that's on sale, yeah. Cassia, sometimes employees can buy things from the company as a bargain. Yeah, they can. Totally. Do you work for an IT company, Cassia? IT companies often give computers and stuff. What does bargain mean exactly? Brahim, a bargain is something that costs much less than its true value. I'll put it here in the chat. There you go, Brahim. Alina, can we use it for vacation also? Yeah, the holiday was a real bargain. Absolutely, Alina, you can totally. Hey, what's this? Okay, I missed that, guys. Somebody sent me something, but that was what? Thank you so much. I don't know what it was, but I think it's good. Cassia, no, insurance? What do you mean insurance, Cassia? Some employees can buy things. Oh, insurance company. Oh, okay, nice. Okay, cool. You understand, Brahim? Cool. What's the original of the word? The origin of the word? I don't know. That's a good question, Brahim. I'm not sure. Cool, Cassia, I got it. Yeah, that's nice. Awesome. I'm not sure. Bargain. My goodness. Do you really want to know? Because, hang on. Origin of the word bargain. We can check while we're here. I didn't get this one. Okay. The word bargain comes from Middle English. So traveling through Old French from an old Germanic root meaning to borrow or pledge. Yeah, it was something to do with borrowing. It evolved into bargainer, meaning to haggle. Do you know what haggle means, guys? In fact, I should have added this here, and I didn't. This is another one. Anybody know what this means? This is a separate word. This is a really good one for money. In Spanish, it's regatear. But in your language, guys, I don't know. It's a really, really good one. So bargain comes from haggling originally, according to this. Yeah, so the history comes from borrowing, negotiating, and haggling is where it comes from. Negotiating the price. It's a formal way to say this. This is the origin of the word bargain. Good question. Yeah, I forgot about haggle. That's another really good word. Let me see. Hello, George Sand. Awesome, Brahim. Yeah, it does help to remember it. That's why I love to study the origins and do examples, because then you're going to remember it, you know. Amel, no. I don't know what that no is for now. Very cheap. Yeah, that exactly. It makes sense. If you bargain well, you can get a bargain. Yeah. If you bargain well, I'm going to make a bargain with you. If you bargain or haggle well, you get a good bargain. Yeah, so look, if you bargain or haggle well, you get a good bargain. Exactly. That's it. That's the key. That's where it comes from. Haggle, yeah. All right, you're welcome, Brahim. Al Chapman, regatear also means to leave other footballer behind while you have the ball. Yeah? Really? I didn't know that. It was related to haggle. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah? Okay, cool. Cool. So dirt cheap, love this one, guys. Okay, so dirt, as you know, is not expensive. My successful bargain last week saved him a significant amount on groceries. Yeah, good job. I don't know. Hello, Mardan. Guys, another one is coming to me. If you guys might be interested. I love this expression. Look. You could say, that guy is great at haggling. Okay, and I love this. He could sell, nobody get offended please, he could sell sand to the Arabs. Do you know this one? I think it is so funny. I think it's really funny. So basically, dirt, you guys know what dirt is, no, like mud. This is not expensive, okay? So if something is dirt cheap, it is extremely inexpensive. It's like you pay dirt for this. For example, accommodation was dirt cheap compared with London. He could sell elephant to Alaska. But George Sand, are there elephants in Alaska? Dirt cheap, filthy rich. Yeah. Dirt cheap, filthy rich. Nice. Filthy rich, no? Yeah. So, fresh fruit is dirt cheap during the summer. Yes. Where does it come from? So dirt has traditionally symbolized something abundant and almost worthless. If something is dirt cheap, it costs almost nothing, right? And then this is, a guy is so good at haggling or negotiating or sales. No, he is great at, better it should be here, sales more. He is great at sales. He could sell sand to the Arabs. So in Arabic countries, you don't need sand because they already have a lot of sand. But if you are very good at sales, you can even convince Arabic people to buy sand. So it means you're very good at sales. Okay? Dirty mind, Guerrera. Yeah. Brahim, can we use half price for dirt cheap products? Well, I suppose it depends. What was the original price? Some things, I mean, dirt cheap. If a Lamborghini is half price and it still costs 1 million or 2 million euros, this is not dirt cheap. Well, I suppose it depends how much money you have. It's all relative, isn't it? Okay, next one, it's easier one. Good value for money. Or you can say good, you can say like great, depending on your personality. Great, you can say fantastic. Good, great, fantastic, value for money. So if something is good value for money, the quality justifies the price. Brahim, exactly, you could say that. I think I've heard that before. He could sell snow to the Russians. Maybe yes. Manu, hello. Hey, I'm going to Liverpool in November. Do you have any tips to understand Scouse? No, good luck. Good luck. I wish you a lot of luck with that. Okay? Where's the... Yeah, there we go. This is for you, Manu. Good luck, Godspeed, God be with you, is all I have to say about that. I'm kidding. What I would do, Manu, is find a series now on TV, a series, not a movie, a series with a lot of episodes, filmed or with Liverpool actors or actors from Liverpool, based in Liverpool, and I would start watching that for 30 minutes every day. That's what I would do, Manu, okay? To get your ear in tune with the Liverpool accent. I've done that for a lot of accents and it really, really, really works. Okay? Magnanimous budget. George Sand, will you stop showing off that you have a magnanimous budget, eh? Screen so up. Oh my god. No? Honey, hello. Here you are laughing, I don't know. Sophia. Vicky, who is your favorite singer or band, or what kind of music do you listen to? That's so cute. Sophie, I have a problem in that I find it so difficult to remember the names of bands and singers. So difficult. I really love any music from South America that has a good beat. Happy music. I hate sad music. I hate melancholic music. And I hate, what is that one called? When they shake their heavy metal. Oh God. I can't. I know loads of people who love it and they say like it helps them with stress and everything. I can't, stay away from me. I can't deal with heavy metal music. But like anything else apart from that, if it's not sad and depressing and makes me want to cry or melancholic or heavy metal, then I'm more or less okay. Like even some folk music I can get into depending on it. But I like stuff like happy stuff, you know? And I listen to some meditation, a lot of meditation music also. South American music I love. Spanish music is good. I like Irish music too. It's a bit sad though, sometimes. All right, Manu, you're welcome. Try it, Manu, and let me know how it works. The fireworks, okay. Hello, Doughtum. Sorry for getting to start and don't know what is the subject today. Can you explain to me, please? Yeah, somebody else asked what is the subject. What is Alexia? The topic is money. The topic is money. Vocabulary for money. Amel, you're right, yeah. Sophia, really... So like, no, God, no, Bad Bunny, Sophia, no. Any of this lyrics about I've got 3 women and I have another woman in the back of my car and don't tell my girlfriend and don't tell your boyfriend and all this, no. I don't like any of that. Any of that weird, like, lyrics, don't support that at all. No, wouldn't like that. Bad Bunny, I, like, oh God, no. And I just think it's such a bad role model for everyone, not only for kids, but my goodness. Does it do like, you like, what? You don't like heavy metal? I can't do heavy metal, sorry. I respect everybody who loves heavy metal. I know it changes people's lives and all this. I can't. Alina, when they shake their heads, moshing, I think it's called in English, when they do like this. Like, wouldn't you just hurt your neck or give yourself a headache or something? No, I don't understand that. Georgeson, I think you don't like Iron Maiden. Yeah, but don't tell anybody because everyone loves Iron Maiden. I would never mention that in public. Now I'm saying it on TikTok. But no, I hope nobody that I know who likes heavy metal is listening to this. Heavy metal too loud, yeah, Mel. Oh, Brahim Cork. What about Cork? George Sand, you are a harmony person. Do you like soft music? If it's not depressing, George Sand. I mean, if I'm not listening to it and I want to do like, you know, like it depends. It depends on that. Depends on my mood. But like, if it's going to make me cry or start thinking about like the past or something like this, no. Orchestra, I like the piano is nice. Violin, depending, yeah. That kind of stuff is cool. Phantom of the Opera, I love, for example. Quiet music to relax. I don't know if it's not depressing, Amel. Sometimes quiet music can be depressing and I can't deal with depressing. My neighbour likes heavy metal. Oh God. Sorry about that. Hello, Kozepsa. Can you play piano? I had some piano lessons when I was a kid. I can play one song. I can play like do 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 do. Do you know that one? Yeah, Quality Street. I can play that. That's all. I wish I had stuck with it, but you know, I was into other things and there wasn't, I suppose, didn't make time for it. Okay, So, back to our mission at hand. Good, great, fantastic value for money. If something is good value for money, the quality justifies the price. For example, the hotel wasn't cheap, but it was excellent value for money. So maybe there was a swimming pool, breakfast in the morning included, really nice views. So when you consider what you receive for that money, it was good value. Their online course offers outstanding value for money. Notice that something can be expensive but still good value for money. Okay? Do you think, Cassia, do you think prices of flats in your hometown is good value for money? No, I don't. My hometown in Ireland, you mean, Cassia? I think it's insane. I think it's completely insane. I would never buy a house there now. I think it's mad. I don't see how those prices are going to be maintained. I would go somewhere else out into the country or a more remote area and buy something there. I think they're crazy. I don't think they're good value for money at all. You think it's worth it, Greta? A perfect spa? Samir, yeah, if it's got a spa, then it could be value for money. Okay, like for example, exactly what Samira said, no? If the hotel has a spa, what did we say the other day? At no extra cost, then it could be worth it totally. I agree. Okay. Next one, outside someone's budget. If something is outside your budget, so this is the amount of money that you can spend. Okay, imagine this is the amount of money that you can spend. Well, no, this is the amount of money that you can spend, and this is the price of this car. Then this is outside of your budget. This is your budget, and this is outside of your budget, so it's too much. Let me see. Brahim, my car not costed, it's an irregular verb, so it's cost. So my car cost me an arm and a leg, but it was really good value for money. Nice one. You got a double one. George Sand, miss your spa and saved your money. George Sand, you can say skip, not miss. Skip the spa. Samira, you're from Algeria? Yeah, I was reading about Algeria last Saturday morning. I was reading about Algeria really early in the morning. I was reading about the relationship between Algeria, Western Sahara. What's the name of the area in Southern Sahara? And Morocco. I was reading about the politics there. It's really interesting. But I live in the UK, Wales. Nice to meet you. Oh, you live in the UK. Awesome. Do you like it? So, for example, a private school education is outside our budget. The property was beautiful, but well outside our budget. Okay, so the property was beautiful, but well outside our budget. This expression sounds more natural than simply saying too expensive. Okay. Hello, Hossein Dara. Iran, British. Are you living in Iran? Luang Hein, hi. What time do you usually live? It's a surprise, Luang. It's a surprise every day. You can join our WhatsApp group if you want. Send me a WhatsApp and you can join our group. It's a surprise. I'm trying to get more regular though. Usually it could be any time between 4 and now. Cassia, Vicky, I see you were everywhere. Where? Where was I? How was I everywhere? My car cost me an arm. Ibrahim. Okay, Samira, I love it. It's very nice experience to me. My husband, he's okay. Your husband is British. Yeah, you like it. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you've lots of opportunities in Britain, you know. Wales is nice. Welsh people are nice, I think. You live in England. You're taking a GCSEs. Good luck. Good luck, Hossein. No, midnight, Alina, no. We have never been here at midnight. Come on. We've been here, I think, maximum until 10. Hey? So I would say before, but play fair now. I think it's between, this is a little, Alina, your comment is a bit passive aggressive. Okay? I think you need to sit down and have some tea. No, it's between 4 and 10. Guy, Alina doesn't like late lives. So that's why I'm always stressed to get on before. Okay? So, Hossein, English GCSE is too difficult. Oh, yeah. Harder than IELTS by far. Yeah, you think so? Georgix, I wanted to book a holiday in Kenya, but I had some work at home and I couldn't afford I couldn't afford the trip, not the travel. Oh, I filter. No, Alina, don't. I'm only joking. I'm only kidding. Don't. You're fantastic. I'm only joking with you. Okay. Love this one, guys. Use it myself. Sky high. Okay? Sky high. If prices, so much drama. It makes things interesting though, no? Gotta keep each other on our toes. If prices are sky high, they are extremely high. So like the sky is very high. So if the prices are very high, well, you can imagine, no? The sky is up here. If the prices are also up here, it means the prices are very high. So sky high prices. For example, property prices in the city centre are sky high. Insurance premiums have reached sky high levels. Hey, Kasia, you're in the insurance industry. Is insurance expensive? In Poland, right? Kasia, you're in Poland, I think. I wonder how is insurance expensive in Poland? The image is obvious. Prices seem to rise as high as the sky. Okay? Now, cost an arm and a leg. We did this one already. Just to review, so to be extremely expensive, and remember it comes from, nobody knows for certain. One popular theory, yes, is linked to portrait painting. I think this is so funny, where wealthy clients supposedly paid more to have their arms or legs included in the picture. However, there is little historical evidence for this, but I like to believe this. Most linguists believe it simply developed as an exaggerated way of saying something costs an enormous personal sacrifice. But I think it's quite funny to imagine, no? So you can have your portrait and then they don't do your arms, or they only do one arm because it's more expensive to paint the two arms and the two legs. So I think that's quite funny. Let me see. Fisiología fácil. The Bible answers these important questions. How did life begin? Why are we here? Why do innocent? Why do innocent? Maybe it's like, why are we innocent? No? Okay. Kasia, it depends. What kind of insurance product? But in my opinion, yes, you think they're expensive? What? Okay. V, in my language, we say it costs a wing of a plane. Yeah, that's awesome. We haven't heard that one, guys. So it costs the wing of a plane. V, which country are you from? Out of curiosity, I'm really interested now. Guerrera. Fisiología, pero habla de religión. Yes, I was thinking, from Ukraine, you say this? It costs the wing of a plane. That's so awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, to cost a kidney. An eye of your face in Spanish. Yeah. Speak Russian. Okay. But this is in Russian language. Cost the wing of a plane. Okay. And to cost a kidney, I know. But kidney is a complicated one. Yeah. When I was a kid, a person asked me, like, if I needed a kidney, would you give me one? And I said no. And I think they never forgave me. So after this, I don't like to use it cost a kidney, but yeah, I've heard that one. In both languages, it's the same. Yeah, that's really cool. Okay, so love this one. Use it as well. This is very common in Ireland. Okay, to cost next to nothing. So if it costs nothing, it's zero. But if it's next to nothing, very close to nothing, it's almost zero. So your cost next to nothing is very, very cheap. Dirt cheap again. Georgix, even in Italy we say an eye of your face. Yeah, so in Italy it's the same as in Spain. To cost an eye of your un ojo de la cara, no? Of your face, yeah, it's funny. It's a hard one though, isn't it? It reminds me of Gandhi. What did he say? An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. Yeah, that's another tricky one. I remember this though. This is one of my life philosophies. So if something costs nothing, next to nothing, it is extremely cheap. For example, The software cost next to nothing during the promotional period. Buying directly from the producer costs next to nothing. This is slightly more formal than dirt cheap. Yeah, dirt cheap, guys, is super informal. Okay, just so you know. Maybe I should add this to the notes for you just in case, because I think this is an important point, right? We're going to say here, this is super informal, just so you know. If you go to an interview or you're speaking to, I don't know, somebody that you want to speak very nice English, maybe don't use dirt cheap, okay? Now, let me see. As long as it's not the math eye, it's okay. As long as it's not my third eye, it's okay. You know, but I'm quite partial to all three of my eyes. I don't know if I have a math eye. Okay, cost a pretty penny, right? I haven't heard this in a while, but when I saw it on Mr. Foster's list, and I also thought this is one that comes up a lot. Movies, when you're speaking with people, speaking with natives, you know, and obviously you have the double P. So if you're doing an exam, guys, if you're doing your C1 exam or whatever, and you say a pretty penny, you have the double whammy, you know, you have this awesome idiomatic phrase, and you also have the double P, which is good. So for your exam, it would sound very good. For this insurance product, where is a lot of competitors, prices are lower. Yeah, Cassie, okay. It's important to have competition. So there shouldn't be a monopoly. It's very important to have, a free market and to have competition. Yeah, totally. I don't know why in airports we don't have this, but for insurance and all that, we should for sure have it. If something costs a pretty penny, it costs a lot of money. For example, restoring the old house cost a pretty penny. That watch must have cost a pretty penny. This is a bit of the, Guerrera, do you know, the green eye? The evil eye. Oh, Guerrera, we should speak about the evil eye. Does it exist? What can you do to get rid of it? Protect yourself from it? That's another topic. Where does it come from? So, in the 16th century, pretty could mean considerable or substantial, not only attractive. A pretty penny therefore meant a significant amount of money. Alina, the new iPhone costs a pretty penny, but it won't break the bank if you've been saving up. Good job. That's a really nice one. And you used break the bank as well. I love that one. Good job. At some point, I need to get a new one. I showed you guys my new phone cover the other day. I saw you. Did I do a live yesterday? I freaking did. We were here yesterday. Oh, and I showed you my new phone cover because I bought it only yesterday morning. I did. Oh my God. So, too much running. I'm wondering if running is bad for your brain. I'm not sure. Next one. Exorbitant. Love this word, guys. If you take nothing else from this, I used to have a fantastic memory. I think running is affecting my memory. Anyway, exorbitant prices. Love the word exorbitant. Or I need to sleep more. So, exorbitant prices. Exorbitant means unreasonably or excessively high. Look after your spleen. Spleen is collected to the memory. Oh my God. You can inform me about that later. I actually never in my life until now have thought about my spleen. I've thought about my liver, my heart, my lungs, my kidneys, but I have never thought about my spleen. It has a lot to do, yes. Oh my God. Oh, now I have to start thinking about my spleen. Cassie, you're a very busy person. Well, busy. I think it's the running, Cassia. I think it's the running makes you, because I don't know, you feel like you're very busier than you probably are. So many tourists complain about the exorbitant prices in the city centre. Hello, Tempus Fractum. That sounds like a Latin name. What does the word exorbitant mean? Huge, crazy, exaggerated. Thank you, Guerrera. Exaggerated. Thank you. I like that. Yeah, exaggerated. That's a really good one. Yeah, huge, massive. The company was criticised for charging exorbitant fees. So this is a very common adjective in C1 and C2, okay? Next one, mark down or marked down. You can also mark up, mark down. So mark up to make something more expensive. Mark down to make something cheaper. To mark something down means to reduce its selling price. For example, the retailer marked down all winter clothing by 40%. That's quite a lot. It's awesome. Most electrical goods were marked down after Christmas. It tends to happen because people want this stuff before Christmas, Christmas presents or whatever. Discounted. Yeah, exactly. Discounted. Good job, V. Well done. D-I-S-C-O-U-N-T-E-D. You know, V, is your name Vicky or Victoria? A very special person in my life. Two, actually. But one I'm thinking of. One in particular. Very, very, very special person. This person is Mexican, eh? Victoria, you're like... but I spell it with a C instead of a K. And he used to call me, he still calls me V. You know, really, really, really great friend. So yeah, it's nice. Okay, this is the opposite of mark up, which means increasing the price. So, oh yeah, we saw this one, guys, but Mr. Foster put it as well, so I said I'm going to review it. If you remember, pay through the nose, which is kind of disgusting. Hey, thank you for that. Estrella, hey, that's awesome, thanks. Nice to meet you too, V. I'm Irish. Yeah, from the south. So, if you pay through the nose, you pay much more than something is worth, okay? So, pay through the nose. And we saw, where does it come from? Just to remind you, it comes from the Viking rule in Ireland. According to historical accounts, severe punishments involving the nose were imposed on people who failed to pay certain taxes. So if you didn't pay your taxes, which they had a lot of tax, so this is not fair, they destroyed your nose. So yeah. Tempus, I understand people when they speak slowly in English. That's awesome, Tempus. Well done. Overpay. To knock down the price. Amel, good job. That could be to mark down. You can say to knock down the price. You can say that. To knock down the price. Yeah, you can. Good job. Overpay. Cassia. Yeah, exactly. To overpay. Yeah, well done. It is. Exactly, Cassia, yeah. So that was that one. Now, pay top dollar. Does anybody remember the word that we saw yesterday or the day before? For dollar. Does anybody know? You will be a total superstar. It's got 4 letters. You can watch it on YouTube, guys, if you missed it. But does anybody remember? Yes, Gerda, good job. Buck. Hey, thank you, Estrella. Thank you, Money Babono. It's a buck. Good job, Cassia. Well done. So, dollar is another word for buck, okay? But we can't say it here. Here you have to say pay top dollar, right? British origin, Altai region. Really? I thought the Vikings came from Scandinavia. No? I thought the Vikings came from Scandinavia. We need to fact check this. The Vikings came from Turkey. The math I never fails. You're very smart. V, you doubt it? I don't think they came from Turkey. I thought the Vikings came from Scandinavia, didn't they? I thought, no? I'm pretty sure, Not Turkish, I say Turkic. What is Turkic? I've never seen that word before now. Turkic, what is that? Buck is popular among children. Is it, Cassia? Yeah? Yeah. Buck is quite informal. So to pay top dollar means to pay the highest possible price because you want the very best quality. Hey, Jose Mendoza, did you send me a cat? That's so cool. It says here, first gift. Thank you, Jose. That's so sweet. They're appearing there at the top, guys. That's awesome. Okay, to pay top dollar, so to pay the highest possible price because you want the very best quality. So you have a lot of money. Okay, Tempus. Turkic, all Turkic language people, Kazakh, Uzbek, Hungary, Central Asia, Siberia, Azerbaijan. I didn't know that. Turkic. And the Vikings are from there. I didn't know that. Diva. How do we call that expression in English? What do we call that expression in English? This is English, as far as I know. So this is English, to pay top dollar. Okay? For example, collectors are willing to pay top dollar for rare paintings. Well, I think it's literal. This is an expression. It's not damn figurative. It's literal. Because dollar is money and it's paying, so it's it's an expression, a fixed expression, but it's not an idiom. Idiom is when the words don't mean what they would mean individually. Okay? V, good job, to pay a fortune. Yeah, to pay a fortune. To pay a fortune. But I think when you pay top dollar, it's like not a problem for you, you know. Which days do you usually do this class? Hello, Edu. Edu, we try little bit every day, almost every day, a little bit. But sometimes I disappear for 2 days at a time. It depends, but generally never more than 2 days, eh? You're welcome, Amel. All right. What does the word fortune mean? Fortune means a huge, giant amount of money. Like the fortune is what the leprechaun has at the end of the rainbow in Ireland. Companies pay top dollar to attract highly skilled engineers. Love that example. It's awesome. Anybody in engineering now or IT, people are paying top dollar for them. I can't understand Korean. Hello, you're very welcome. You're not L. But can you write that in English? YT Chan L. YouTube channel. English with Vicky. English with Vicky. Well, it depends on the country you are working in. Yeah. Yeah, it's English with Vicky. Okay. Unlike pay through the nose, this expression doesn't necessarily imply that the price is unfair. You're welcome, Calvin. That the price is unfair. It simply means paying the maximum market price. So some people even say, oh, I paid top dollar for this champagne. It's like showing off, you know. It's not a bad thing. I paid top dollar for this hotel. I hope you enjoy it, you know. But it's like not a problem for them, you know. Okay, guys, love this one. Again, big shout out to Mr. Foster for sending us this material. Love this word, pricey. Love it. If you don't want to say expensive, you can say pricey. Just it means like a bit expensive. Ooh, it's a bit pricey. Ooh, those cocktails are a bit pricey. Oh, that restaurant's a bit pricey. You know? Pricey is an informal adjective meaning rather expensive. For example, the restaurant was a little pricey, but the food was exceptional. Love this adjective, guys. If you don't know it or use it, you can write it down. Exceptional is like a beautiful adjective. If one of my students wrote exceptional in their work, I would be all over them with a lot of hearts, you know. Lovely. So the restaurant was a little pricey, but the food was exceptional and tends to be quite pricey compared with its competitors. Okay, and then you can decide if it's good or worth it or what. It sounds softer and more confident. Okay, cool. So, guys, if you want, you can take a screenshot of this. Look, let's see if I can fit. Yeah, look, guys, if you want, you can. That's all the vocabulary there from Mr. Foster. If you can you see it all on the thing? No, hang on. I'm going to just make this a little bit smaller in case. Can you see it all now? Yeah, if you want to take a pic of this, you can. Or a screenshot or something. I don't know if it's too small. That's it now. So, I hope you guys can still see it. Yuka! Hello, Yuka! Long time no see! Vicky, do we have any rule when we should read E at the beginning as E and when as I? No. I wish I could tell you there was a rule. If JC was here, he knows quite a lot about phonetics, but as far as I know, no. Does exceptional have a neutral tone? No, V, exceptional is fantastic. Exceptional is like 12 out of 10 is exceptional. Guerrera, precious little money. Precious little money. What's this? All right, V, no problem. Yuka, I'm worried about you now. Guys, does anybody know a rule when you should read E at the beginning as E and when I? Because look, Friday and free, F-R-E, and F-R-I, one is free and one is Friday. Like, as far as I know, there is no rule for that. If anybody knows a rule, please tell us. And I should take a picture because I'm like, people have asked me this question hundreds of times. Like, and I have searched. I can search again. I have searched and I have found nothing useful to say about the pronunciation of E and I. Honestly, there are so many exceptions to everything that learn by heart. I think it's learned it off by heart. Yeah, I think it's learn by heart. Memorize, learn by heart. I think I love that actually. Learn by heart. I would like to make a video about this for you guys because that's such a nice one. What Guerrera put there. That's a really, really nice expression. So, Yuka, you have some words starting with E, like exceptional, and you read it with schwa at the beginning. Schwa. I don't know what schwa is. Maybe I should, but I can't think right now what is schwa. It sounds really familiar. Is that something to do with phonetics? I studied phonetics a long time ago. It seems like a typo, but for example, ego will just be I. Yeah, ego, exceptional. Yeah, exactly, Yuka. Ego, not ego. And exceptional, not exceptional. Yeah, I think you just have to learn them off by heart. They're two really good examples. Hey, thanks. Thanks, Marcelli. Thank you. Shay is a neutral sound. It replaces all the unstressed vowels. Shay is an Irish surname. Hey, Mr. Foster. Schwa, hi there. I know that. Thank you, Mr. Foster. I knew it was some phonetic thing. Thank you. But I am totally not familiar with this. I know, I remember this. I studied this. But because I don't use it, like, I'm China in Asian country. Yuka, where are you based? Because in Asia, I know that I have a Chinese student. She's so fantastic. She knows her phonetics so well. And she can read the dictionary with the phonetics. But in Europe, anyway, I don't mull over it too much. Thank you, Mr. Foster, for the schwa. Is a slang in America only. Kind of, I mean, it says dollar. Yeah, I think it's more American than British, honestly. But it's good to know when you're listening to stuff so you can understand. Or is it global? Pay top dollar. I think everybody at this point, all native people would understand if you said pay top dollar. It's the first time you heard it, yeah? You hear it in the series, right? Hey, Roxy, the schwa vowel, yeah. Hello, Vanessa. Yuka, you're from Poland. You guys are really good with phonetics, eh? So, yeah, you guys are so much better than us with phonetics. Neutral, unstressed sound. Can somebody give me an idea of schwa? Ego, is it? Go back up here to what you were saying. But for example, where was the original schwa mentioned? No, I've lost it now in the chat. I can't find it, Yuka. Anyway, so pleasing to my eye, Mr. Foster. Okay, quiz time, right? Quiz time. Are you guys ready? So, which sentence uses hire correctly? Which sentence uses hire correctly? A, they hired a holiday apartment for the summer. B, the company hired an external consultant to conduct the audit. C, we hired a warehouse in the industrial estate. Or D, she hired a cottage overlooking the lake. What do you guys think? In British English, you have schwa in teacher at the end. Teacher. Thank you so much, Yuka. That's a really good one. Okay, what have you said to me now? You said I'm going to write down these words that you said. Exceptional, ego, and teacher. And what Mr. Foster said about this sound, this symbol. I'm going to search this, Yuka. Okay? I promise I will look that up. Good job, V. Cassia, well done. Bill, good job. Luong, well done. Hey, good job. Roxy, good job. Amy, well done. Jessie, good job. Salsna. Camila, well done. Good job, guys. That's it. It was B. The company hired an external consultant. Why? We hire people and professional services. We normally rent properties such as houses, flats, offices, and warehouses. Brilliant, guys. Good job. Next one. Which sentence is the most natural? A. The company made an excellent salary last year. B. She earned a fortune from this month's wages. C. The business made record profits despite the economic downturn. And D. He made commission on every sale. What do you guys think? Natural, realistic. Here we go now. This is like capabilities and capacities, which is still rolling around in my head. Oh my God, we've got mixed answers here now. Mixed answers we have. Let's see who's after getting it now. Hey, Derek, hello. Okay, let me see. Derek, you got it correct. Camilo, good job. Amy, Yuka, Jessie, Guerrera, you're a real smart ass. Do you know that? I should say smart aleck to keep it PG. EM, good job. Well done. Okay, good job, guys. The business made record profits despite the economic downturn. Very well done. Good job. So, why? We make profits, but we earn a salary, wage, commission, or bonus. Okay? Derek, just my intuition. I'm not so skilled. You did very well, Derek. Don't underestimate your intuition, eh? How are your PE classes going? What sport did you do today with the guys? Did you play football or volleyball or what? Okay. What did I do today? I have to do something now before it gets dark. Okay. Right. On to the next one. Number 3. Which sentence is grammatically correct? A. Could you borrow me 50 euros until Friday? B. Could you lend me 50 euros until Friday? C. Could you lend 50 euros from me until Friday? Or D. Could you borrow 50 euros to me until Friday? What do you guys think? You're retired, but all of them, you're retired. Okay, so you didn't have to do classes today, Derek. Okay. Oh no. This is something we need to practice, guys. We've got a mix of answers here. Okay, let's see. Cassia, correct. Mr. Foster, correct. Yuka, good job. Roxy, good job. Amel, you got it. Luong, Yuka, Luong, Ro. Raul, good job. You do classes with me, Derek. That's cool. Good job, guys. Well done. It was B. Could you lend me 50 euros until Friday? Good job, Daniel. Yeah. Lend means give temporarily. Borrow means receive temporarily. Okay? Yeah, we need to practice that. That was a hard. Lend and borrow is always tricky. Question 4. Which sentence is correct? Okay? A. I'll repay you back next week. B. I'll pay back you next week. C. I'll repay you next week. And D. I'll borrow you the money tomorrow. Eat this one, Guerrera. No. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Okay? We're getting very bad. Here. Oh, guys, these are pretty tricky, eh? Yves Saint Laurent could be a couple. No, it's only one answer, actually. If there's only one answer here, there's only one answer. I'm lost now about, hang on now, who was the last one here? Okay, let me see. You got correct. Antonio, good job. Well done. Yves Saint Laurent, correct. Good job. Cassia, correct. Hey, correct. Mr. Foster, correct. Amel, good job. M, good job. Raoul, good job. Well done. Roxy, good job. Yeah, it was C, guys. It's I'll repay you next week. I'll repay you next week is the answer. Okay? Why? You can repay someone or pay someone back, but repay back is incorrect. Okay? So the answer was C. That was a tricky one. Question 5. Which sentence sounds most natural or realistic? You got repay back has a double meaning. You cannot repay back. If you want to stress the vector of transaction. I'm not sure about that now. Cassia, it would be pay you back. No, you can't say pay you. I'll pay you back. I will pay you back. Yeah, exactly. I will pay you back. Look, exactly. I'll pay you back, Cassia. Yes, exactly. I'll pay you back. Not I'll pay back you. You must put the object in the center. Exactly, Cassia. Yeah. What's wrong with DV? Because this is you don't borrow someone money. You lend someone money, V. You lend someone money. Oops, they're all the same length. They're not all the same length. D is the longest one and it's not the correct answer. Okay, that's the thing. I'm just laughing, haha, because if you add re, it means again, yeah, I know. Yeah, it could be a trick question. Totally a trick question. Borrow from someone, I meant exactly. I meant the 5 questions. She's already ahead of the game. Hang on now, right. Which sentence sounds more natural? Yeah, they're all more or less the same length. Yeah, they are. Well, okay, I paid by cash because the card machine wasn't working. B, I paid in cash because the card machine wasn't working. C, I paid from cash because the card machine wasn't working. Or D, I paid at cash because the card machine wasn't working. What do you guys think? Let me see. Oh my god, always mix up. Yeah, V, I know, they're so hard. Always mix them up. Laziz, good job. Good job, Alina. Cassia, good job. Raoul, well done. Amel, good job. Dark, nice. Well done. Bill, good job. Well done. Tocha, beyond. Well done. M, good job. Alina, you got it. Yeah, V, you got it. Mr. Foster, Roxy, hey. Nevermore, good job. Good job, Greta. Well done, guys. It was B. We pay in cash. You pay in cash. Okay? So we pay in cash, but pay by card, by check, or by bank transfer. 6. Which sentence, and I've done 8 today, so there's 3 more. Which sentence uses the correct idiom? The hotel charged €600 a night, but we happily paid top dollar because it was the best in the city. B, the hotel charged €600 a night, so we paid through the nose because it offered excellent value for money. C, the hotel charged €600 a night, so we were ripped off because we deliberately wanted the most luxurious experience available. Or D, the hotel charged €600 a night, but it cost next to nothing. Vicky, I think that by cash is not a mistake. Go up. Hang on. No, you can't say by cash. Oh my god. I paid by cash. No. I paid in cash. You could probably get away. You could escape with saying with cash. Check it there, Yuka, but I don't think you can say paid by cash. He paid in cash. She paid with cash. In America, you could say. But paying by cash, I don't... No. No, I don't think so. Double check it. Check if I'm wrong, but I don't think so. Next to nothing is cheap. Exactly. Oh my god. Hang on. We'll be in trouble now because, let me see. Thank you, Amelia. With or in cash. But I think with is more American and in is more British. Pay in cash for all the rest is by. Thank you, good. Yeah. Paid by coin. Matthew, no, you can't say by coin. You could say I paid in coins or I paid with coins. It doesn't sound natural, yeah. Now, let me go back up to, I'm lost now. Oh my God. Let me see. Alina, correct. V, correct. Bill, good job. Amel, good job. Matthew, me, bomboclat. Not sure what you mean by that now. I've never heard of a bomboclat, but it's quite a funny word. I don't know, I won't be guessing. Derek, you're not going to guess? Guess, Derek. It's only for fun. Cassia, you got it correct. Well done. Good job. Amel, good job. Raoul, good job. Poll with 4 options. I can't find the poll with 4 options. Oh, I should try the mirror thing. Maybe not tonight. Yeah, I need to practice the mirror. Okay, question 7. Which sentence is the most natural? A. Although flights were expensive, the holiday represented excellent value for money. B. Although flights were expensive, the holiday represented a rip-off. C. Although flights were expensive, the holiday was highway robbery. Or D. Although flights were expensive, the holiday was dirt cheap. Okay, let me see. But I would like to live like in example D. Hang on. What's example D, V? That makes 2 of us. I would also like to live like that. You can make it. Make it now. I'm a bit nervous. Great, try now. Carolina, which was the reason for number 6? Number 6? Which was the correct one? The correct answer was A. Because it was in the city centre. They were happy to pay the money because it was in the city centre. So the hotel had a really good location. Thank you, Amy. You're so sweet. Thank you. That was the reason, Carolina. Because they were happy to spend the money. So they paid top dollar. It wasn't a problem. It wasn't a rip-off. They had good quality. For them, it was okay. And okay, let me see. V, you got it. Mr. Foster, you got it. Nevermore, well done. Amel, Alina, good job. Derek, you got it. Derek, it's correct. Well done. Raoul, good job. Carolina, good job. Hey, good job. Well done. It was A. Although the flights were expensive, but the holiday in general represented excellent value for money. I went on holidays last year. Last Christmas, we went to Vietnam and the Philippines. And the year before, we went to Thailand and Malaysia. And yeah, the flights were the most expensive part. But when we got there, everything was pretty dirt cheap, apart from some nicer things. So as a whole, the holiday was excellent value for money. You know, much cheaper, much better value for money than going somewhere in Europe, you know. Cheap as chips, lasses. Yeah, cheap as chips. That's a really good one. In fact, I would like to include that up here. Where can I put it? I'm going to put it up here. Look, let's put in here. Cheap as chips. It's quite funny. It's very informal, guys. But it's so nice. Laziz. Laziz. That's awesome. Yeah. That's another fun one, guys. If you want Laziz, put that one in there. Cheap as chips. So chips are not expensive, you know. So now, Vicky, be careful because I'm very capable of showing everyone the last answer for this question if I don't scroll responsibly. Okay, question 8. Which sentence uses the correct expression? Just put this down on the next page. So A, after buying another designer handbag she couldn't afford, she was clearly making ends meet. B, after buying another designer handbag she couldn't afford, she was throwing money down the drain. C, after buying another designer handbag she couldn't afford, she was paying her own way. And D, after buying another designer handbag she couldn't afford, she was raising money. Aye, Laziz, that's another really good one. Hello, Hema. Hello. That's a really good one. Cheap and cheerful, Laziz. I like that one as well. Cheap and cheerful. That's a really good one. You saw pay by cash in dictionaries. Really? You can send me this information. We can speak about it in DM. I don't think so, eh? I'd like to see the dictionary though. Let me see. Okay, no, so let me see speak. Okay, Hema's here. So, Cassie, I saw your question. I'll get to it now when we finish this one. Derek, you got it correct. Derek, good job. Well done. Camilo, good job. Vic, GBB, good job. Luang, correct. And I think you're from Vietnam, but I can't read your name, but you are correct. And Hema, Mercedes, correct. Well done. Good job. Good job, guys. It was B. After buying another designer handbag she couldn't afford, she was throwing money down the drain. So throw money down the drain means to waste money on something with little or no value. Make ends meet means having just enough money to cover your basic living expenses. Okay, that was it. I would like to include Laziz's other expression here for you guys. Let's put it in here, right? Cheap as chips. And this one we use a lot. And I have family members who use cheap and cheerful, eh? Laziz, where are you? Are you in the UK or in Ireland? Because they're really good. Cheap as chips or cheap and cheerful. Really nice. My mom uses this expression a lot. Cheap and cheerful. This is cheap and cheerful. They love this. Laziz, you're from Uzbekistan. That's awesome. Really good vocabulary. Well done. Derek. Vicky, it's 39 Celsius at 10 p.m. Gotta finish. You're such okay, Derek. Awesome. Lovely to have you. Laziz, I follow on Instagram. Oh, that's awesome, Laziz. Really cool. Yeah, okay. It's working, eh? It's working. Well done. Yeah. So, Yuka, we can investigate this, but you can check right now, or we can check, if you can use this, but for example, can you say pay by cash? Okay, so Yuka, it says here, can you say pay by cash? It says, yes, people will understand you, but it is not the most natural way to speak. The best and most common phrases to use are pay in cash or pay with cash. Pay in cash is British English. Pay with cash, more American, more informal. Buy is used for methods or systems like pay by card or pay by check. In or with is used for physical money, like pay in cash because the bills and coins are right in your hand. Okay? Do you get it, Yuka? So I stand over that, okay? I think that's correct there. See? Carolina, what is the meaning of cheerful? Happy, cheap and cheerful. It means it's happy. So it just means something you can... Okay, what do you want for dinner? Let's go for McDonald's. It's cheap and cheerful. It's a happy... I don't eat McDonald's. But it's a happy thing to eat. I don't know, they have Happy Meal. It's fast, it's fun. Super unhealthy, don't eat McDonald's. I shouldn't say that. But I personally don't eat it. Okay? I hope I'm not going to get sued by them now or anything. That's my opinion, only. But you know, it's something fast, it's easy to do, you don't need to mess up your kitchen, and it's cheap. So people just say, oh, it's cheap and cheerful. It's easy. What are we going to do for date night on Friday? Let's go for sushi. It's cheap and cheerful. We like it, it's fun, it's cheap, let's just do that, it's easy. That's like cheap and cheerful, what I understand by it anyway. And V, to make ends meet, could you clarify? I thought it means living on a restricted budget. More or less, yeah. But so if you can imagine, this is the money from your previous salary from July. No, this is your money from July. And this is when you get paid in August. So you should arrive to here. Ideally, you should have a bit more. But many people don't arrive. So the last week in July, they have no money. They can't make the end of this reach the next end. So they can't reach. So you have financial problems. It comes from making clothes in the past when you needed enough fabric to make, for example, here you have the division, no? And they need the two ends of the fabric, they need to connect so you can sew. So if you don't have enough fabric, you're trying to pull the fabric, no, to make the ends meet. That's, do you understand, V? Yeah, Greta, earn just enough. Okay, let me see. So happy that it give you joy. Awesome, Hema. Yeah, thanks. It's so cheap. Sorry. Okay, I'm Annie. You're Annie. You're from Armenia. Yeah. You're very welcome. Annie, that's so cool. I really like Armenia. I read something about your history. Armenia has, so I think we have a little connection there. They have part of our history is a very similar story. You know? Casi me ahogo por tu culpa. Oh no, sorry. Lazis, dirt cheap also was in your sentence. Okay, I didn't want to be rude. I just saw it in Cambridge and wanted to ask you. You can ask anything. Like, I am learning as well. Literally, I've been teaching for so many years, and every day, I have a very intelligent student who asks me a question that I cannot answer. And I don't believe in saying to my student something invented or to preserve my ego, you know, because I'm learning every day too. So I love when people ask questions, and you obviously have a really good command of English. So it's fantastic. It's good for you. It's good for me. And if you have that question, other people probably have the same question. So it's super. Please, guys, ask anything. It's not rude at all. In fact, it's good to be challenged because then you grow and you learn. And look, we've had this discussion now. If you saw it in Cambridge, like, that's a really good point. We could share photos and everything, you know, like, they're really good discussion points. Let me see here. So, S-O-W. So, Lazis. V. You're welcome, V. Hema. I was trying to explain the cheap and cheerful, but I wrote so bad. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. That's okay. Hey, where are you from? I'm Irish. Hey. Is that how you pronounce your name? I hope it is. I'm Irish. I think you're way more fluent than me. That's why. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. People fight about English all the time. I've worked in so many schools, and teachers fight. When we prepare exams for our students, the teachers, all the native teachers, fight and argue. There's somebody from Ireland, somebody from the UK, somebody from Scotland, somebody from Australia, and they think that the answers are different or the grammar explanation is different. So it's ridiculous. And, you know, English is becoming so flexible now. Thank you. It was from Cassia, was it? Thanks, Cassia. Luong, how can I realize I'd when native speakers speak in conversation? It has to be from the context. You can't tell, Luong, if it's I would or I had, unless you have the context. You need to have the full sentence to know if it's I'd or I would, okay? I had or I would. Hey, you're Heidi. Ah, hi. Heidi, you're Heidi. I love the name Heidi. Okay. Hello, Wilson. It's been a minute since I seen you. What's up? How you doing, teacher? Hey, Wilson. How's it going in Alaska? Everything going okay at the foundry? Yeah? It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute. Yeah. I'd V3 or I'd V1. Yeah, you can't know, Lazis. You have to know from the context. It's going to be either I would or I had. Now, Cassia asked me, I don't know if you guys are interested, but we're getting to the end. Anybody, if you want to practice your speaking, guys, you can practice your speaking for 2 minutes. Those are the questions. If you want to practice, you can call. If not, I'm going to answer Cassia's question. Cassia asked me are you still here, Cassia? Cassia shouted, or if not, if you're not here, I'll answer you a different day. V, if you as a native speaker had heard the explanation of grammar in our school, you would have been surprised. Yeah? Kieran, I'm not mentioning that name. Even the brand of Mercadona, I refuse to say, in case I confuse the A with the O. Cassia's here. Okay. So, oh God, the end of the year, the Declaración de la Renta. Well, now it's all done. Touch wood, everything is done, everything is paid. So, continue onwards and upwards to 2026. Are you going to be any debate sometime? Yes, Mr. Foster, I'm going to organize a debate. I triggered her. Sorry, Vicky. Yeah, I'm triggered. I'm totally triggered now. I'm not going to be able to sleep. Okay? I just did, yeah. It's like Voldemort in Harry Potter. I don't really like Harry Potter, but what is it? He who shall not be named. Hema, don't mention it. It's like Beetlejuice. Like if you mention him, he'll appear. No. Exactly. I hope you can forgive you. I'll think about it. No, I forgive you because I can't deal with that karma. Okay, now Cassia's question. Cassia's here. So, Cassia, your question was, where have I traveled? No. So, I'm Irish, as you know. So, when I was born in Ireland. I like your class. Oh, yes, cool, Heidi. Wasn't good today. It was bullshit in the foundry. Oh my God. Well, that's very bad. I'm sorry to hear that. So, right. Stay on track. In Ireland, we are an island, as you know. The weather is very, very bad. So it's very typical I guess it depends on the family, but our family used to take a foreign holiday for 1 week in summer. We normally went to Spain or Portugal or the Canary Islands, because there are a lot of flights from Ireland to those places. And then you stay there for 1 week and you do your swimming pool, beach or something, like go out for dinner. So I did that every year when I was a kid. And then I did compete when I was a teenager. So I went to different competitions abroad in England, France, Italy. Then let me think. I traveled a little bit in secondary school with friends. I think it was France, Crete. It's like 1 week, 2 week holidays. Then when I was in university, I took a big trip. I went to do volunteer work in Australia for 1 month. And I worked in the south in Melbourne. And then when we finished, we traveled all up the East Coast by bus. After that, I finished my degree and I left Ireland. I went to live first and work in Egypt. Then after that, I was offered a job in Switzerland, but at the same time, I was offered a job in Mexico. And I decided to take the job in Mexico. So I went to work in Mexico. Then I went to America a few times just on holidays. Then I went back to Australia. I did some more volunteer work with children with disabilities and horses. Then I came to work in Spain and I worked in different places around Spain. Then I went to work in China for 13 months. Then I came back to Spain. But when I came back to Spain, I saw a job opportunity in Sicily, and I decided to take that. So I went to Sicily. And then I worked there in a Cambridge exam centre. And then I came back to Spain. And then I stopped traveling, more or less, for work. And then, apart from that, in my hobbies, I've been recently to Vietnam, the Philippines, Thailand, Malaysia, Turkey, but just for holidays. And I think I went Gran Canaria, I was in Lanzarote, Tenerife. That's kind of mainly, and I've been to some other European countries like Holland. I told you the story about Holland, what happened with the crack. And been to Germany when I was in school. That's more or less it, I think. Oh, I did volunteer work in Paraguay. I was there for a month doing volunteer work. And that's all I can think of right now. Okay, Cassia? That's more or less the trip. Lazi's mentioned Dublin. How many countries? There are the countries, more or less. There's probably a few more small ones in there. Gerard, one day I will write down how many times you say the word Irish. I will never stop saying Irish. Yeah, Irish. Yeah. I gotta say it. No. I suppose we're humans of the world, no global citizens, but Wilson, I joined. I'm ready for my class. Yeah. My dream is to visit Ireland. Yeah, Jason, really? That's cool. Chupito game, you know. Chupa chups were invented in Spain. Hema, I want to go to Ireland to see the northern. Oh, see, I think Hema, you have to go to Iceland to see the northern lights. Iceland, or where else can you see it, guys? Finland, I think. But in Ireland, we can't see the northern lights, unfortunately. I think there's an island to the north of Scotland where sometimes you can see the northern lights, but I'm not sure. What kind of competitions? I used to ride horses, Carolina, competitively. I used to jump, and I also did games. So yeah, but generally jumping horses. Karina, if you compare your country with Australia to study English, what is the best? Oh, Carolina. Australia is fantastic. My brother was living there for 2 years, I think. He came back recently. I mean, Australia is amazing. I think for your social life, Australia is really good. Yeah. I think maybe Australia. But I don't know. Ireland is really good too, but you have to make sure that you don't stay with people, other Spanish people. I think, Carolina, you're Spanish, right? So you should make sure that you don't stay with other Spanish people if you go to Ireland. Same in Australia also. You need to make friends with local people. Go to a smaller area. Don't go to a giant city, you know. Heidi, you're from Mexico. Which part of Mexico, Heidi? I was living in Durango and Torreon. Durango for me is a very special place. The person who calls me V lives in Durango, eh? Carolina, do you speak other languages? I speak Spanish, Carolina. Cassia, yeah? Well, yeah. Mr. Foster, we need to work out the phrases settle down. Next lesson, I suppose. Settle down? What do you mean, Mr. Foster? I don't get it. What a rich experience. Yeah, V, I'm happy I did it, I think. Life changing, but I always wanted to travel, eh? I had that itch. And for some mental reason, I always wanted to go to Egypt and I always wanted to live in China. It was like since I was a kid. When I was a teenager, when I started driving, I was in Ireland, you can drive when you're 17. And I used to take my car and go into the airport and check the screen for the flights that were leaving. Or I would go there and I would sit in my car and watch the planes. So like I always wanted to travel. It was a thing. Luong, what do you do for a living? Luong, I'm a teacher. I'm an English teacher. That's what I do for a living. Heidi, what is the best place? Did you know? I think it depends a lot, like where you are in your mind. Maybe Mexico was very special for me, Durango especially. Cairo was also amazing. But again, I had students there. I had a support system. I wasn't alone. Sicily is incredibly beautiful. The water, woof, the monuments. Where I was living in Ortigo is very nice. And Thailand was really special for me also. I was totally surprised. I had zero expectations of Thailand. Zero. Worse than zero. But in the end, it was incredible. You know, really, really incredible. Yeah, they're probably the best places. Itchy feet, Lucy. I totally had itchy feet. Can you send me your script, please? EM. My script, the notes? Well, you can get them from YouTube, I guess. I'll put them up there. I must remember. Way, are you from Ireland or from Northern Ireland? I'm from Ireland. My goodness. V, no. Ireland. I'm from the south. As far south as you can get. As far south as you can get. I'm from Cork. Norway. My dream is to work in Switzerland. Oh my God, this is my unlived dream, EM. I often think about what would have happened if I had taken that job in Switzerland instead of going to Mexico. I often think about it, but for my next life, I think. Guerrera, I'm going to mute you. Did you do cross country or flat racing? Lucy, I did neither. I did neither. I did some eventing, but not at an international level, only national. But show jumping I did internationally. So I had my Irish jacket and I did fly the Irish flag jumping. Heidi, San Miguel de Allende. Allende? Wow. Where is Allende, guys? I'm not sure. I don't recognize. Hang on, because I don't like to not know a country or city. Allende. Nuevo León. Hang on. Ah, it's in the north as well. We were not so far, eh? From each other, Heidi. Near Torreon. Yeah. Okay. So Heidi is from like here, and I was living in Durango and also Torreon. So we were like more or less in the same area. That's so cool. Have you visited Mazatlan, Heidi? I visited Mazatlan. It was awesome. Brian, you're from Peru. Yeah, I would like to visit Peru at some point. I'm not like, yeah, I would like at some point to visit Peru. There are still Easter Island I would like to go to. I meant settle down, start a stable life. Yeah, settling down was difficult for me, but I think I can tell you another story about this. I definitely have an issue with settling down. Lilica, where are you from? Guerrera, I'm Irish. Lilica, I'm Irish. I'm from Ireland. I'm as Irish as you can get. Heidi, yeah. Brian, I think you have to visit Peru. I want to visit Peru for sure. For sure. See, Peru. Yeah, Brian, yeah, I think Peru more than even beautiful. Like, what a history. What a history. Machu Picchu, amazing. You're welcome. Guerrero, why? No, because you said you're going to count how many times I say Irish. Cassia, are there many sunny days in Ireland during the... No, they're not. Brian Linares, are you single? Are you speaking to me? Heidi, I want to go to Egypt. Yeah, and Turkey. Oh, yeah. Like, my dream was to visit Turkey, and I had to do a bit of work and some convincing to go there. And for me, it was incredible. Turkey and Egypt, yeah. Like Turkey, we were there 2 days and 2 days, so more or less 4 days, and it was really cool. Just for the history and the buildings, Yuka, how do you assess your Spanish level? Yuka, I did a master's in English teaching with a Spanish university. So to get into the master's, you needed to have a B2 level of Spanish. So I know I have that. I did that exam for B2. And that was in 2020 or 2021? 2020. No, 2021. It was for after COVID. 2021, December 2021, I did that exam. So I know I have at least that. Do you learn on your own? At this point, not really. I'm really busy. So my Spanish is good enough, and I'm living here. It's pretty good. So yeah, I could probably fix up my grammar, but right now it is what it is. V, I was told it's difficult to understand Irish, but I can understand you clearly. I have another story about this with Ryanair. I have quite a few students who are pilots, okay? So I prepare people for interviews, and I have prepared quite a few pilots. So one of them, he went for his interview in Dublin. He didn't get the job. But they said, hey, we like your profile, we like your CV, get some English classes and come back. So he called me. We had English classes for 1 year. He went back to the interview, and they said, so how did you improve your English? He said, I got a teacher. She's Irish. And they said, oh, really? Where is she from? And he said, she's from Cork. And they said, what? Cork people have a terrible accent. So yeah. So, I mean, depends who you speak to. I suppose, yeah, I'm not going to say, depends who you speak to. I've been teaching for a long time, so I more or less know how to speak, I suppose, clearly with a neutral accent. But yeah, I think it's same in other countries, people don't know how to moderate their accent, maybe. Mr. Foster, wow, what a fancy transparent phone case. Congrats with your friend. Yeah, you didn't see it yesterday. I showed everybody yesterday. And I have my 10 euros in there. I got a new screen and I got a new case because meme made me feel so bad. No, I'm kidding. But I got it on Sunday. I got it on Sunday. Heidi, yes, I visit Mazatlan. Yeah, it's a very fun place. It is. I love Mazatlan. V. No, V, it's okay. It's a joke now. V, it's okay. I mean, it's not offensive. I'm not offended. But yeah, you know the history, V, do you? Do you know the history of England and Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland? We have a pretty intense history. The same as Armenia, I think, as Annie, like Annie's from Armenia. We have a very intense history. So unfortunately, when you have that type of history with another country, when I was growing up, my parents and everybody, they ingrain in your mind the history, so you kind of grow up a bit, not brainwashed, but it's, yeah. So when people call me English, and I suppose because I'm an English teacher, for me it's like, I'm not English, I'm Irish. It's silly, I'm not offended. But yeah, the history is there, Why, Mr. Foster, why doesn't anyone call to the studio? I don't know. Everybody's shy. It's late now. Yuka, foreigners. EM, what about Morocco? I have visited Morocco, EM. I was in Morocco many, many years ago. I have a funny story about Morocco. My brother wasn't born, so I was about 8 or 9 years old. I was with my parents and my sister, and we were walking back to the ferry to go back to Spain because we were in Spain. We took the ferry in the morning to Morocco, and then we were taking the ferry back. So we were walking, and there were a lot of people. They wanted to sell us jewelry or something. And one boy pushed me into the street, and there was a car coming. So then he shouted at my dad, like, hey! My dad turned around. I was in the street, and this guy, like, grabbed me, pulled me out of the street, and then said, hey, to my dad, I saved your daughter. And my dad was like, oh, thank you so much. And the guy's like, will you buy my bracelets? And my dad's like, okay. And he bought like a lot of bracelets from this guy. But really, this guy pushed me into the street. It was a funny story. That's what I remember. I would like to go back. Morocco is a huge country. I was reading about Morocco and Algeria and the Western Sahara. And what is the name of the place that's disputed? The southern territory of the Western Sahara. Poly something. I can't remember the name. Let me see. Guerrera. Irish was pronounced too many times. I've just finished my chupito. You're having a chupito every time I say Irish. Is that... chupito. So every time Vicky says Irish, we have to have a chupito. Guys, a chupito is a shot. So Guerrera has just invented a game. We should do this, but we should do this on Friday night, not on Tuesday night. And every time I say Irish, we can take a shot. Nature. That looks nice, I guess. Let me see. Guys, you're okay. Mr. Foster, you're speaking about nurturing versus nature. I need to do this. I totally forgot. I need to organize that. V, I know the history. I don't like... Well, look, I mean, V, it's hard because it's at some point you have to let bygones be bygones, But yeah, history is... We can't forget history either, because if you forget history, it could repeat itself, Hema, it's like when people tell us that they aren't part of North America, haha. Is it Pueblo Sario? No, I think it's Polisario is what it's... He's correct, eh? And I actually sent this to somebody the other day, to a student who is a friend, but we have a lot of messages, so I can't... Hang on. I would like to get the correct name for the place that's under dispute, but of course now I can't find it. It's to the south, and Algeria, I think, wants that place to be independent or something like this. Hang on. It's definitely the southern part of the Western Sahara. what is the name of the disputed territory or territory in the Western Sahara? It is the southern provinces, yeah. Polisario Front. Is that what you said? Yeah, Polisario. It's a movement? No, it's a place. And by the Arab Democratic Republic. I think it's a place, not a movement. The disputed territory itself is named Western Sahara, formerly known as Spanish Sahara, which is claimed in large part by Morocco as its southern provinces and by the... Oh, you're right, Guerrera. You are right. And by the Polisario Front as the self-proclaimed Sharari Arab Democratic Republic, SADR. Guerrera is right. It's a movement, no? Polisario Front. Yeah. Yeah, it's really interesting. Because everything that was going on with Ceuta, everybody keeps pronouncing, it's so embarrassing. Everybody from America and Ireland and the UK, they keep saying like Ceuta, they keep pronouncing the name of the place totally wrong. When this was going on, I started to study because Algeria is the biggest country in Africa, but it has the same population as Spain, 48 million people. So I believe Algeria had a big argument with Spain in 2022, and in June, Pedro Sanchez, the president of Spain, visited Algeria to try to fix this relationship. And some analysts think that maybe Morocco was angry about this because Morocco believes that the Western Sahara is part of Morocco, and Algeria believes that the south of the Western Sahara is independent. So Morocco doesn't want Spain to be friendly with Algeria. But now I think a lot of gas for Spain is coming from Algeria. So yeah, politics. Okay, it's a moving out place. Okay, Frente, yeah, exactly, El Frente Polisario. So the Polisario Front. That's what they're called. I'm Spanish. I have no tequila here to drink for you. I speak for some reason. Let's see. Yes, Spain needs Algeria for the gas and Morocco to control immigration. Exactly, Guerrero. Yeah, so it's quite... Pedro Sanchez is caught between a rock and a hard place, I think, is the issue, you know? Okay, awesome. Guys, so we've done now. Did I miss anybody's questions, or did you speak another... I speak Spanish. Charismático, I speak Spanish. Daddy, you're Spain, you're Spanish, yeah? That's awesome. I'm Irish. Okay, cool, guys. So, Mr. Foster, all right, no one's calling. I go to sleep. Thanks for another fruitful lesson. Awesome, Mr. Foster, that's cool. All right, I think we'll all go to sleep now. What time? Alina, I think, is definitely gone to bed already. Alina, for sure, has gone to bed because, yeah, oh my goodness, it's 20 to 11. I was going to go for a run, but I was happy here with you guys. Okay, I feel like 1 hour is so short for the lives. Okay, awesome, guys. So we'll have a new topic the next day, okay? Congratulations, we finished all of money so far, unless we come back at a later point, but the next live will be a new topic, okay? Charismático, oh, me too. You speak 4 languages. You're Haitian, Spanish, French, and Creole. That's so cool. That's awesome. You feel the same? That's cool. All right, guys. So, I wish you good night, okay? I hope everybody sleeps really well. Get a good night's sleep. Sleep is super important. And I'll see you soon, okay? Thanks so much, guys. It's awesome to be with you. I enjoy it so much. Okay, thank you, V. You're welcome. All right, Guerrera. Have a good one. Good night, Cassia. See you guys soon, okay? All right. You're so welcome. It's such a pleasure. Thank you guys for participating. Okay? Good night, guys.